Chris Tucker, Marlon Brando, a nightclub full of danger, and Michael Jackson in the middle of it all, smooth as ever. When You Rock My World dropped in 2001, it wasn't just another music video. It was a statement, a mini-movie, a throwback to MJ's cinematic glory days. But what most people don't know is what went on behind the scenes, because this short film had drama, chaos, and surprises that never made it to the screen. From MJ fighting to keep full creative control, to Marlon Brando showing up, barely acting and getting paid a fortune, to Chris Tucker stealing every scene without a script. This wasn't just MJ's last big short film, it was the end of an era. And the real story behind it? Way crazier than anyone expected. Why You Rock My World mattered. By 2001, the music world had changed. TRL ruled the airwaves, pop was dominated by boy bands, and rap was exploding. But Michael Jackson? He was about to remind the world who the real king was. You Rock My World wasn't just a comeback single, it was MJ's return to form. His last major short film was Ghost back in '97, and fans had been waiting for something epic. This wasn't just about a song, it was about legacy. The industry wasn't the same anymore. Budgets were tighter, and even big stars were cutting back on videos. But MJ didn't care. He wanted to go big, real big. He was planning a short film, not a music video, one that would bring Hollywood into the world of pop. And this time, he was bringing friends with him. A Hollywood-style production. This wasn't some quick music video shoot. MJ wanted full-on cinema. He brought in director Paul Hunter, known for working with everyone from Eminem to Jennifer Lopez. The budget? Over $6 million. Massive, even by Michael Jackson standards. But for MJ, it wasn't about money. It was about making a statement. The setting? A smoky, gangster-style nightclub, inspired by old Hollywood crime films, with sharp suits, dramatic lighting, and an air of danger in every corner. And the cast? Legendary. Marlon Brando, a Hollywood god. Chris Tucker, hot off Rush Hour, and Michael Madsen, known for playing tough guys in Tarantino flicks. This wasn't just a pop video. It was a showdown between music royalty and movie legends. MJ didn't just want to perform, he wanted to act, direct, and dominate the screen. But as we'll see next, not everything went as planned. MJ's vision film over music video. Michael Jackson never thought small. And with You Rock My World, he wasn't aiming for another chart topper. He was creating a story. He pushed for a full 13-minute mini-movie, not the usual 3-minute promo clip. For MJ, every frame had to speak. The choreography was tight, polished, and matched the dark gangster theme. Even the lighting, the shadows, the wardrobe, it all screamed classic film noir. He was blending music with storytelling, the way he did with Smooth Criminal and Bad. Only this time, it had more grit, less fantasy, more street. MJ didn't want the label to cut corners. He wanted full control, and got it. Because when Michael stepped on set, he wasn't just the performer, he was the director in disguise. The whole short film moved to his rhythm. But while MJ was building a masterpiece, one actor wasn't exactly on the same page. Marlon Brando's odd involvement. When Marlon Brando showed up on set, people were shocked. Not just because of his legendary status, but because no one really knew why he was there. Brando had barely any lines. He didn't dance. He didn't sing. He sat in a chair, delivered a strange monologue, and left. Yet reports say he was paid a massive fee, possibly over $1 million for that brief appearance. Why? Simple. MJ adored him. He saw Brando as a mentor, even a father figure. And when Michael asked, Brando said yes, but not without chaos. Behind the scenes, things got messy. Brando allegedly refused to follow the script. Some say he didn't want to rehearse. Others claim he barely understood the role. His scene ended up feeling random, like it didn't even belong. Fans were divided. Some saw it as a powerful nod to one of MJ's idols. Others saw it as a strange, expensive distraction. Either way, it was classic MJ. Bold, unpredictable, and unforgettable. But while Brando brought confusion, someone else brought the fun and stole the spotlight. Chris Tucker and Keishia Dudley bring the energy. If Marlon Brando was the mystery, Chris Tucker was the spark, and Keishia Dudley brought the fire. At the time, Tucker was riding high off the Rush Hour wave, and his chemistry with MJ was instant. No script needed, just raw, playful energy. Most of his scenes were improvised, and MJ loved every second of it. They joked, danced, and fed off each other like lifelong friends. Tucker brought something rare to an MJ short film, comedy, and it worked beautifully. But then came Keshia Dudley, the mysterious woman MJ couldn't take his eyes off. Her presence was captivating. She didn't need many lines. Her elegance, attitude, and on-screen chemistry with MJ brought balance to the chaos around them. She held her own next to music and movie legends and helped anchor the story with her performance. Together, this cast, MJ, Tucker, Dudley, Brando, Madsen, created something strange, electric, and unforgettable. And behind the scenes, the bond was real. Tucker later called it one of the most special moments of his life. For MJ, it was more than just a shoot. It was personal. But while the cameras captured magic, a much deeper battle was brewing off-screen. A glimpse into MJ's life in 2001. On the surface, You Rock My World looked like another MJ spectacle. Big stars, big budget, big style. But behind the scenes, Michael was going through one of the toughest periods of his career. His album Invincible was about to drop, but Sony wasn't backing it the way they should have. MJ was frustrated, silenced, and pushed to the side by executives who didn't believe in his vision anymore. To make it worse, this short film came out just weeks before 9/11. The world changed overnight, and so did the music industry. Promotion for Invincible basically vanished. MJ's final major album didn't get the spotlight it deserved. But this short film? It was his way of fighting back, of saying, "I'm still here, I'm still the king." He poured everything into it, not just performance, but emotion. The story, the visuals, the tone, it was MJ's message to the world. Even if they tried to bury him, he was still going to shine. And the fans? They saw it, even if the media didn't. Fan and media reaction. When You Rock My World hit the airwaves, reactions were all over the place. Some in the media called it overindulgent or out of touch. Critics didn't get it. They expected a standard music video, not a 13-minute throwback to MJ's short film era. But the fans? They loved it, especially the long version. They saw it for what it really was, a final chapter in MJ's visual legacy. The style, the dancing, the storytelling, it reminded them of Smooth Criminal, Bad, and Thriller. It was the MJ they grew up with. And Chris Tucker? Instant fan favorite. His scenes got laughs, rewatches, and still get quoted today. Even casual fans found themselves drawn in by the chemistry. Over time, the short film became a cult classic. Not MJ's most hyped release, but one of his most cherished. Especially by fans who knew the pain, pressure, and passion he poured into it. But most people didn't realize it at the time. This was the last time we'd see MJ create a short film on this scale. Legacy of You Rock My World. You Rock My World wasn't just the lead single for Invincible, it became Michael Jackson's final big short film. The last time we saw him craft a visual experience with this kind of ambition, this kind of detail, this kind of heart. He only performed the song once, during his 30th anniversary celebration in 2001. No tour, no repeat shows, just that one moment. And yet, the short film kept the legacy alive. Fans still revisit it, not just for the music, but for the memories, for the final glimpse of MJ doing what he loved most, telling stories through sound and cinema. Over time, it's become one of his most underrated masterpieces, a blend of Hollywood and pop, of slick choreography and unscripted humor, of nostalgia and quiet sadness. Because whether people realized it or not, this marked the end of an era. You Rock My World was more than just a video. It was MJ's last cinematic love letter to the world. Looking back, You Rock My World wasn't just another entry in Michael Jackson's legendary catalog. It was a moment frozen in time, a final flash of brilliance before the world changed forever. It had the charm of old Hollywood, the humor of real friendship, and the soul of a man still trying to fight for his art. In just 13 minutes, MJ gave us romance, danger, laughter, and legacy. This wasn't just a music video. It was Michael's last great short film, his curtain call. And if you've never watched the full version or haven't seen it in years, go back. Watch it closely. Because between the moves, the music, and the madness, you'll see the heart of a genius saying goodbye in his own way.